They can be inspired by the kids' artwork, and maybe that might help them to unlock that inner child inside of themselves. My name is Christy Edwardson, and I'm a mother to 4 children. I am a teacher, an artist, a volunteer. I wear very many hats. A lot of my work is collaborative work with young people. I really like sculpture. I like working on larger scales. Bringing people together of all ages to do a piece of art can be incredibly powerful. When I volunteer at my kids' schools or at other schools, and I see the kids that are very little self-esteem when it relates to art because they think that they cannot be artists, actually create something in their eyes, pop into just the brightness in their eyes. They're so happy. That's kind of what my goal has been the last few years, actually many years, just trying to let people know that you don't have to be an artist to be an artist, that you can do art and it doesn't have to be perfect, because the art that's not perfect is sometimes the best art, in my opinion. Well, I started off in the BFA program at Graham MacEwan in my early 20s. I went to school when I had one child, my first child, who was 6 months old. And I transferred into education. So it's kind of like I'm starting again. It's actually quite exciting to go back and kind of finish what I initially started. This project is kind of like a nice, I call it an end piece to a journey that I've been on, because I'm starting a new beginning this fall. It speaks to a body of work which I've been doing for years. Even more so the last 2 years with the pandemic, I've been very actively involved with a lot of different projects, just because I was scared to do a lot of things. And when everything kind of shut down, I think we all kind of went to this place where, why not? So it was a really great feeling to be able to do a lot of the things I've always wanted to do, but I was always too afraid to do it, just because of the way society might look at you or judge you. But the last 2 years, it's been a very different, a different place, and it's been more accepting, I think, with putting art at a place where it's more important in the lives of everybody, how it can bring people together. And it is very inclusive, getting people involved in that creative actions. It just opens up this other piece of a person. I think it's something like this piece I talk about, what we're conditioned and how we are as children. We're very innocent and we see the world in a very different light. As we grow, and not to say it's a bad thing, we do need to fit a certain, in order to fit in order to survive in this world, we have to be a certain way. But we lose that, I find we lose that imagination and that creativity as we get older. And children have that. So it's kind of like, so how do we get that back as adults? How do we open ourselves up or allow ourselves to be okay with that? It is a piece to show people and have people reflect. How can they apply? How can they see? How can they take it? What do they want to take away? And sometimes we need to be able to see it in order for us to unlock that creativity, that imagination, because we don't know it until we see it or we do it. So it's the action of doing and seeing. And so we have the 2 pieces, which are the paintings that have kids' artwork from kindergarten all the way up to grade 12. There are children who are mainstream. There are children that from Center of Literacy that learn differently. So we have a variety of different types of people. I gave them a prompt. What are they grateful for? And then the other side, they did another, how can they give back to other people? How do we spread kindness? Being kind it's very powerful within itself. And going there, a lot of kids really struggled with it because they thought you needed money to donate to a charity, to help people. Kindness can be as simple as removing trash off the ground, smiling at somebody as you're walking by, just being positive and giving back to our earth and to the people on our earth. And those are some of the conversations that when the kids were doing the art. The colors, I love rainbows, I love bright colors. The rainbow to me represents equality. It just brings everything together as one. So people can come, they can see, they can look. When they step back, the kids' artwork kind of looks like a wallpaper, but when they walk forward, closer, they're going to see little individual pieces of artwork that's all going to be different. The other thing is I wanted to give kids an opportunity for their artwork to be on display. So the chalkboards have 2 prompts, so I'm thankful for and help others by. So it's for other people to come and look, reflect, and add. So they can be inspired by the kids' artwork, and maybe that might help them to unlock that inner child inside of themselves. And the reason why it's a box is because it's an enclosure. And in order to unlock this imagination and this creativity, we need to think outside of our own enclosure. And so we are kind of like a box. And so the box is representative of ourselves, of the world around us. Maybe for some, how society treats us, that we're shut away, that we can't come out of our box. I don't think there's an age that you can put on this. The only reason I did the artwork with kids was because I really feel that they possess this beautifulful-ness about them. Not to say that it goes out. I think we enclose it and we don't lose it. It's always there. It's just hard to find sometimes.